What up, gamers, geeks, and freaks, and all of the above? This is the last Zan taking a stand with a brand new video. Now, I want to talk about a couple of bad experiences I've had when it comes to, I guess, the early stages in my collecting. Now, I just want to talk about maybe some of the signs that someone may be trying to get one over on you. Now, luckily enough, I haven't had too many bad experiences, maybe a couple that I can really think of off the top of my head, but others have had horrible experiences, buying from like eBay or Craigslist or whatever. But I just want to talk about a couple things. Maybe you can learn something from me, and I want to just tell on the very first bad experience I've had when it came to gaming. Now, first I want to talk about a big Dreamcast lot that I purchased back on my first year of collecting, and then I want to talk about an eBay purchase that I made that also went bad. So back when I was living in California, first year of collecting, there was a lot of videos I was watching to get tips on what to look out for, Craigslist finds and yard sale finds and stuff like that. So on some days I would get up and I would go to yard sales. I was, constantly on Craigslist, asking around like, hey, you have this and have that. And I came across a Dreamcast lot on Buku, which is a yard sale website, and the lot consisted of the Dreamcast with the cords. It was a controller or two with, I want to say, like a memory card or two, and it came with some games. And I have some of the games here, some of the games I put up. I can't remember exactly, but I know for sure these games up right here that I have are what he gave me in the lot. Now, this lot was $200. Like I said, for the Dreamcast cords, 2 controllers, memory cards, first Marvel vs. Capcom, Resident Evil, Code Veronica, GTA 2, Sonic Adventure without the manual, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, Capcom vs. SNK, Zombie Revenge, Crazy Taxi, and I want to say there was maybe like Fighting Force and like Mega Man or something like that. I can't quite remember. But those are some of the games that were in a lot. He was asking for $200, and I was looking up at some of the prices of these games, and I'm like, damn, like this is a pretty good deal, man. So I contacted with the guy. The picture that he posted up there looked amazing. That's another thing you got to watch out for, man. Some of these pictures are kind of tailored, in their favor type of thing. But anyway, we'll get to that. So I show up at this guy's house. He has the garage door open. I'm talking to this guy. He's showing me, all these games, and I'm excited. This is like my first like real Dreamcast lot with games that I've played before, games that I love. A couple things. The first thing I've noticed, because I've learned, when you're buying these lots, you need to check the games, check the condition. The very first thing that I noticed is that GTA 2 did not have a game. So I asked him, I was like, hey man, GTA 2 is not in here. Do you know where that's at? He was like, oh, let me check some of these boxes real quick. So while he's doing that, I am just checking the conditions of the games that I have, and sure enough, I'm noticing a lot more than I saw in this picture. Like, some of these cases don't even connect anymore, and I'm talking about they're in terrible condition. Like, you see Code Veronica, you see the disc kind of moving in there, you see it right there. The games are in there, but they don't have any way to stay still. I'm gonna have to get a new case for this. Same thing with Marvel vs. Capcom. The case is just in terrible condition. Some of the games or the cases have like dirt on them and all types of crap on there, The next thing I noticed is that Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is not the game. It's actually the game burnt on a disc. And Dreamcast they were actually doing that, burning these games on the disc because of how the Dreamcast was set up and playing these games, which the game works, but as a collector, I want the actual disc, So I'm asking this guy, he was like, I can't find the GTA 2, I'll take $20 off. So at that time, I started to think like, should I point out all these extra things? But I just didn't want to be that guy to be anal. But after that experience, I told myself, never again will I, go soft. You know what I mean? Like, every little thing you need to be nitpicking on. I'm not saying like, oh, look at this little scratch right here. I'm not saying to be that anal, but when cases are broken, cracked and stuff like that, and that's, first of all, that's a sign. Like, whenever there's a lot of messed up stuff in the lot, cracked cases, this missing, most likely these games were just sitting in a box. And a lot of times the games probably won't even work. And sure enough, when I got home, I believe it was Mega Man or something that I put in the Dreamcast, and it wouldn't even load up. Even after me cleaning the disc, it wouldn't even load up. So sometimes you have to be overly anal about what you're getting, because these games, man, like, especially games like this, are worth a good amount of money. And when you're paying something like $200, ended up paying like $180 for the whole thing, man, you got to be critical. And I think, I believe the guy got one over on me. He said he was going to contact me whenever he found GTA 2. And every other day I would send him a text, and I would just say, hey man, have you found the game yet? Nope. I'm gonna contact you whenever I found it, or if I find it. He never ever got back to me. Eventually he just stopped responding. And so I was just like, never again will I let anyone get one over on me. If you got to bring your own console and hook that shit up in the house, and make sure these games work, then you got to do so. Another time was when I was on eBay. I was looking for Mario Kart for the Wii U. I really wanted to play it. I really loved the game, and I wanted to have the game for myself. But as you know, Mario Kart, Nintendo games, period, really don't drop in price that often. So whenever you can find a game that's like $30 or $40 for Nintendo, you gotta get it, man. You gotta get it, because if anything, they gain value, especially games like Mario Kart, man. They hold their value forever. So I was on eBay online, and I bought from a customer where he had copied and pasted the picture on his on the Mario Kart thing that he had. So now I'm gonna tell you this: if these guys that are selling these games, if they don't have a picture on there, I probably wouldn't buy from them, or at least send the guys a message who have just these Google copy and paste pictures. At least send them a message saying, hey, do you have any pictures of the game in its condition? You need to do that. That is very important, because a lot of people have gotten scammed like that, thinking they're going to get one thing and they get something totally different. You want to have some type of visual proof that what you're getting is actually real, is tangible. So I bought a Mario Kart Wii U, and I got lucky. I bought from a guy who had the copy and paste little sticker on there. I think I had won the bidding. It came up to like $36, $37, and I was like, cool, I got a good deal on Mario Kart, man. So the actual game comes to the house. I'm looking at the disc, no scratches on it, and I pop the game in, and it starts up fine, and it gets to the Mario Kart 8, when you hear all the racers and and it never got past that screen. No matter what I did, it never went past that screen. I cleaned and I'm just looking at the disc like, yo, this game is not working. Sure enough, it didn't matter what I did, the game just would not work. And I sent the guy a message, and I'm just like, yo, I have put this game in here, and I've tried to make it work. I've cleaned it and stuff, and the game is not loading up. And he was like, funny because right before I sent it out, I tested and it worked for me. And that's like your typical, like, I'm trying to get away with it type answer. So I keep trying, I'm doing different tricks, and it never would get past this loading stage. And eventually I was like, look, dude, like you can have this game back, man. Like I'm not even trying to put up with this no more. And the dude didn't even respond. So I put a dispute in, got my money back or whatever. And then it really, really pissed me off, man, because these guys are real. They're out there and they're just trying to get one over on you. But that's when you're collecting, you need to, watch your own back sometimes. And don't be buying from these sellers that maybe have only sold one or two items, or you can take a chance on them, but a lot of times I stay away from those sellers or the guys who just have the Google picture on their whatever they're selling instead of an actual picture that they have taken in their homes of the object that they're selling. So like I said, when you're on Craigslist and you're out and about in these yard sales, man, be anal. If you gotta be anal, if you gotta be that guy, man, be that guy, because sometimes you're spending a lot of money on this stuff, man, and it sucks, man. It sucks whenever somebody gets one over on you, because that's hard earned money out of your pocket, and now you're trying to go home and play a game, and you're excited for maybe nostalgic reasons or whatever, and the game won't even load up. That is a letdown. That is seriously a letdown. So I hope, maybe you have learned something from this. Like I said, cover your own ass, man, when it comes to collecting. If you gotta be a little bit extra and ask them to hook up the console and see if the game works, so be it. But until next time, it's the last stand with the last stand. And I'm out, man. Y'all be easy.